it up one more time for Tiger. I've got to say, he sounds like an incredibly smart, talented, and brilliant young man until he said that thing about Minneapolis. Look, we are working hard, and our promise, I know you know it because you've not only heard me say it, but I've heard you say it, that we have to build a city that works for all of us. We have to build a city that works for all of us. Right now in our country, we can still predict a child's expected life outcomes more accurately based on her race and her zip code than we can based on how hard she works in school. And that's something that we in St. Paul are not willing to accept. Moreover, I will say that one of the things that we've learned about our community, I always introduce myself as the mayor of the most incredible city on the planet, and everybody except Tiger will know who I'm talking about when I say that. And the reason I know our city is so incredible is because I get to spend every single day talking to people inside our city. See, there are some people who think that a great city, you can tell a great city based on how tall the buildings are, or how big the population is, or anything that has to do with bricks and houses and structures. But we know that a great city is people. And let me tell you, when I get a chance to brag on St. Paul, I'm always bragging on the people. We get a chance to talk to so many of you. What are your dreams for your children? Why did you plant your business in St. Paul? What are your hopes for your career? What are you dreaming for in this community? And it is amazing to see that St. Paul is alive and well through the dreams and ambitions of our community members. Unfortunately, we see leaders in Washington, D.C. who forget sometimes that when we have diversity, and when we have people come into our country from other places, and when we have people in our community that speak other languages, that that's a great thing. We have people who forget sometimes that our diversity is our strength. But let me tell you, when I look around our city, and I see the historic African American community that I grew up in, when I look around in our city and I see the Irish community and the Jewish community and all of our communities, and I look around our city and I see the immigrants and I see the new Americans and I see the members of our community who have come here from Asia and from Africa, and yes, when I look and see our strong and proud Oromo community right here in St. Paul, I see people who are working hard, who are sending their children to school, who are planting big dreams in our community, who are making St. Paul better because you are here, and I want to say thank you for that. Let me tell you a quick story and I'll be out of your way. I learned something about our city when I was running for, I learned a lot of things about our city when I was running for mayor. But one of the things we were having a conversation, I'll give you a quiz. Does anybody know, of all the American cities, which one has the most river frontage? I'll give you a hint. I'm the mayor of it. That's right, St. Paul. St. Paul has more river frontage than any American city. And that's a good thing, because water, anywhere you've been, you can see the power of water to be an economic, to be a social, to be a cultural asset is well proven. You know what I'm talking about, right? But for some reason, St. Paul isn't a river city. If you've ever been to those river cities who really plant themselves on the water, who celebrate the water, who go to the water every chance that they get, and they build jobs and economic opportunity, and they build economic advantages for people on that basis. What do we do? For the better part of the last generation, we've mostly just built bridges to get over our river. We treat our biggest asset as what's a problem. I started thinking about that, and our diversity ends up the same way. We talk a lot about what's it going to take to close the gaps in St. Paul. What's it going to take our children who speak over 100 different languages at home and teach them English as a second language. It's hard. We talk about how hard it is. And every time we have that conversation, we miss the opportunity to realize that our diversity, that our multilingualism, our globalism, our interculturalism in our city is what gives us everything that we need to succeed and thrive and compete on the global level. And so here's what we're doing. We're investing in what we call our cultural destination areas. This is one of the reasons Dr. Bruce Corey is in our administration working with us. And you're right, he cannot be replaced. We're investing in our cultural destination areas. We're investing in our communities. We're investing in people. We're investing we've raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour so that no one who works full-time is stuck living in poverty. We've tripled the free programs in our recreation centers and eliminated late fees in our libraries. These are all things that we're doing to ensure that St. Paul works for every single one of us. We've put $71 million into affordable housing over the next 3 years. We're very excited about that. We're charting a new course on public safety. And don't you know that we are building a plan to put $50 in the bank to start every child born in St. Paul on the pathway to college from birth with a college savings account. And you know how I know that plan is going to work? Because the person on our team who's leading that is Ikram Khalisa, a member of our Oromo community. So I just want to say thank you for your work. In my State of Our City address last month, I laid out a challenge. It's called the For St. Paul Challenge, and it's the notion that building a city that works for all of us isn't just the job of the mayor, it's all of our work. And so I'm challenging every single person to do 4 things. The first is do something. And I always challenge people to do something small and specific. Something real specific, something that you can complete in the next week or so. So the first thing is do something to invest in yourself and to build your own personal capacity. The second is do something to make someone else's life, or even just a day, a little bit easier. The third is do something to either beautify, clean, or bring people together in community in a new way. And the fourth is do something to speak up. We have this divisive and hateful moment on the national and global scale. I'm challenging all of us to do something to speak up and let your voice be heard on the public scale. The reason I'm here today is because Sikkoo Mandoo is doing all of those things here every single day. And I appreciate your work. Thank you so much for being a teammate in this. I'm honored to be your mayor. I'm more honored to be your teammate. Thank you very much.
Good to be here. Good to be in the city of St. Paul, the second best city in the state of Minnesota after Minneapolis, of course. I know Mayor Melvin Carter has some choice words for me, so I'm going to try to make this nice and short. Being a second-generation American, I never really got the chance to connect with my heritage. So as I started taking more efforts in trying to understand the beautiful culture, I found that Sikkoo Mandoo had already been doing a lot of the work that needs to be done to unite the community together. During the Oromo protests, I saw a scintillating light shine from our community. I heard spoken words and witnessed protests. I saw people lobbying politicians. And it was the youth of our community that pulled that off. Youth not only prove that our voices are powerful, but we also prove that our actions are just as powerful too. But the only way we did it was through joining forces. We can't let that truth get lost upon us. We have elevated to the heights of activism, but there is still so much more to do. I am my brother's keeper, and I am my sister's keeper. That's the mindset that we should be giving to our youth, because they too will be affected by the actions of future generations, whether they were positive or negative. My fellow youth, we've stood in halls like this. We've listened to lectures countless of times. But let this one be a little different, because the power of our community is only just being exposed. There is still so much talent left out there. Talent ready for us to step up and take action in our community. That's exactly what we're going to do, right? So look, we're all strong, we're all smart, and I have no doubt in my mind that all of us are going to go on to change the world. As long as we start in our community. Thank you so much. Galatom.
Akka Sikkoo Mandoo bakka saddeetaa bu'ee bakka imaamni keenya yookaan durataan keenya jirretti dhaamsa kana dabarsuuf carraa kan argadhe duraan dursee akkuma jedhe bakka rabbiin nagaa isin fidee bakka nagaa wal argine akkasumatti aansee ummata keenya waan kana waliin dhaabannee kaayoo Sikkoo Mandoo tana kaleessa waliin dhaabannee iyya dabarsii jecha irratti hundoofnee waliin baanee waliin dhaabanne waan keessa baanellee karaa dheeraa keessa baanellee haga har'aatiin maal akka dalannellee waldeenni kun waan akka qabu duubatti isinii dabarsuu danda'a. Kan amma guddaa keessa deebiillee hin haasayu akka koree manguddoo Sikkoo Mandootitti bakka isaanii bu'ee anaa dhufu baga nagaan dhuftan isiniin jedha. Kana caalaa wal jala rabbi nu haa deemsisu, warra waliin deemu rabbi nu haa taasisu, guddaa kabanyee diqqaa kabanyee kaayoo walii caqafnee waliin deemnee yoo jette bakka guddaa gahuu dandeenya. Ilmi tokko maqaa qaba, abbaa qaba, sadarkaa sadiin deema. Sikkoo Mandoo jechaan nu ilmaan naannaa tokkoo yoo taane ilmaan akka ilmaan abbaa tokkootitti malee akka oromummaatitti bal'inni keenyaaf yaadni keenyallee hagana dhiphaa miti diriiraadhaa guddaadhaa bifa sanitti akkasii waliin deemnaa irra deebi'ee anaa dhufu isiniin jedhaa isin jaalannaa ulfaadhaan haa uffachaa.